For so long, I held on to memories as if they were lanterns guiding my way forward. But light does not live in the past. It lives in the step you choose to take next. O you, who once lived in every thought, your name no longer echoes in the chambers of my silence. Now you pass by, like a kind reminder, not an unfinished sentence. I don't search for you in the horizon anymore. I don't look for signs or meanings or hidden messages in the quiet of the night. I simply wish you well. And that, I've learned, is a form of love, too. The desert wind moved gently around me, soft, almost musical, as if celebrating this quiet liberation I had earned. The dunes before me seemed endless, but this time I did not tire, because when the heart is light, even long paths feel like blessings. I paused at the top of a golden rise, watching the sun fall in slow, graceful strokes across the earth, and I understood something I never did before. The heart does not heal. When it forgets, it heals. When it understands, when it sees that loss is not punishment, but transformation. That endings are not failures, but gentle redirections toward what is meant. O you, who once carried my trust, I do not regret a single moment. You were a chapter written in the language of growth, a story I carry, not with sorrow, but with gratitude. Life teaches us through presence, but it also teaches us through absence. And today, I am wiser because of both. As the last light melted into the horizon, I took a long breath, the kind that fills not only the lungs, but the soul. And for the first time, in a very long while, my heart whispered, I am ready for whatever comes next. Not with urgency, not with longing, but with peace, a peace that comes only to those who have learned to walk forward without holding what no longer belongs to their journey. Sky above me was painted in 1,000 quiet stars, each one glowing softly, like a memory I once held tightly. But tonight, none of those memories weighed on me. They simply existed, light without longing. I walked slowly across the cool desert ground, where every grain of sand held stories older than any heartbreak. And in that ancient silence, I felt something shift, a soft awakening, a return to myself. O you, who once held the center of my universe, I no longer orbit your absence. I no longer measure my steps by the echo of what was. Instead, I move in harmony with the rhythm of my own soul. For the first time, I understood that healing isn't loud. It isn't a sunrise that bursts across the sky. It is a slow unfolding, a gentle clarity that arrives without ceremony, without permission, without warning. I sat beneath the stars, letting the wind carry away the last remnants of doubt, and I realized how far I had journeyed, not across land, but across myself. There was a time when every silence felt heavy, every pause felt painful. But now, silence feels sacred, a space where the heart speaks in its purest voice. And that there comes a day when you wake up and nothing feels heavy anymore. Not because life has suddenly changed, but because you finally have. Today was that day for me. I opened my eyes to a sky washed in soft gold, the kind of morning that gently places hope back into your hands without you even asking. I sat quietly, watching light pour into every corner of the room, and it felt symbolic, as if the world was reminding me that even the smallest cracks can let the sunrise in. For so long, my heart had lived between what was and what could have been. And in that space, I forgot the simple beauty of what is. But today, my heart remembered. Oh, you, who once stirred storms within me, I no longer measure my life by your presence or absence. Your memory arrives now, like a soft breeze, not a hurricane. And that is how I know I have healed. The past does not hurt. It whispers. Whispers of who I was, who I loved, and who I have become. Because of it all, I stepped outside, feeling the familiar embrace of the morning wind. It brushed against my face, like an old friend who had waited patiently for me to return. And I realized we often fear endings, forgetting that many of them are beginnings in disguise. The end of one story is the quiet birth of another. I walked forward, not searching for signs, not seeking answers, just breathing. For the first time in years, breathing felt easy. Every dune around me stood tall, carved not by force, but by the gentle hand of time. And I understood. Strength is not loud. Strength is patient. Strength is shaped by enduring, not resisting. Oh, you, who taught me the language of loss, know this. I do not hold your shadow anymore. I hold the light that followed it. The lessons, the clarity, the quiet courage. Today, the world felt new. Not because it had changed, but because I finally looked at it with unburdened eyes. Hope did not arrive with fireworks, nor with grand gestures. It arrived as softly as daylight, natural, necessary, impossible to ignore. And so I smiled, not at what I lost, but at what I found, myself, the version of me who survived quietly, who endured bravely, who healed slowly, who now stands fully at peace. There are journeys we begin without knowing where they will take us. At first we walk carefully, measured steps, guarded thoughts, a heart wrapped in quiet caution. But someday, something shifts, and the heart begins to walk without fear. Today, I felt that shift. The world looked the same. The same dunes, the same wind, the same endless sky. But I was not the same. I walked with a freedom I didn't recognize at first. A freedom born from understanding the difference between attachment and acceptance.